concentrator. Now, do you know why do we use concentrator? What is the advantage of concentrator instead of other technology?
Focuses large amount of light on a very small area. Right.
So what's the advantage?
We are able to generate greater temperature, more energy, more heat in very small area.
Okay. So you know the theory part of it, but you don't know the application engineering part of it. So basically, so when you talk of solar technology, there are two technologies. One is solar thermal, one is solar PV. So in PV, what you do is you directly take the light onto a chemical cell, which will convert it directly into electrical current, which is DC current, and then we will see the system there. Now we are talking of solar thermal. In solar thermal, normally the technology started with flat plate with a box collector, which is a box cooker. Now you know about box cooker. A box cooker is nothing but a heat trap. It's just like your car. The glass has the property where it allows the light to go in, but doesn't allow the heat to go out. So because of that, your car becomes hot. In the same way, in box cooker, the box becomes hot. They insulate it so that heat does not get radiated outside. So because of that, the temperature in the box rises, and you have a temperature about 140 degrees. You put this 4 cooking vessels, it cooks. But the problem with box cooker technology is that you can only boil things and bake things. You cannot fry. Why can't you fry in a box cooker?
Lesser amount of energy.
Exactly. So not less energy, but the temperature is less because it is a heat trap. So it only absorbs heat. That's why the temperature does not go above 140. Same thing is with the hot water system. Hot water system works on the principle of absorber. Now you don't have just a heat trap, but you also have an absorber where you actually transfer the heat by circulating water out of it. Because of that, the highest temperature you can achieve is 80-85 degrees in hot water. Because they are insulated from the back, but they are not insulated top, so they will start radiating it outside. And that's why then to stop the radiation, they have got vacuum tube where you don't radiate. Because of that, you get 80, 85, 90 degrees. But there also you only stop at that. Now concentrator was brought in because you wanted to have high temperature above 200 degrees centigrade. Because when you want to fry, you want to have temperature of 200 plus. Ladies will surely know because they know cooking. We only know how to eat, not to cook. And if at all only cook, I can only cook pav bhaji, not anything else, because you have to add masala and all vegetables. So when I started with solar technology, we started as an NGO, me and my wife, and then suddenly we realized that there was already a technology which was available, because whenever we talk of environment, we have to protect our forest. So we started telling people not to cut the forest. And a poor man said, sir, it's very easy for you to say don't cut the tree, but what's the alternative? And we were surprised to hear that 70% of the people live in India in villages, 50% of the Indian population, even now in 21st century, cooks on open fire. 600,000 women and children die every year because of the smoke in the kitchen. So we realized that cooking is a big problem, not only for health, but also for the environment because of deforestation and all. So we started thinking of solution. And then we realized that the technology which was available, a box cooker, was not acceptable to people because it can only boil things and bake things, not fry. And any Indian food, if you are not able to fry, if you don't able to give tadka, then the food is not ready. And then a villager said that if I have to start fire to make a chapati or to do the tadka, then I can as well do everything on that wood only. And then there is no choice because then I have two technologies. So we realized there was a need for technology where you can get high temperature, and that was only possible with concentrator. So we brought this technology of solar concentrator. So this is a parabolic dish like any other dish antenna. The only thing is it has a reflector which reflects the light at one point. Now we'll put it into the sun. So basically what you do is you make sure that all the light falls onto the parabolas and it reflects at one point. Now how do you adjust such a dish to the sun? You can just turn it like you say, it is now facing sun. Is it sufficient? No. You have to focus it. And now my clients are not students like you. My clients are villagers who do not know physics, who do not know how to read and write. So technology has not to be only functional, it has to be user friendly. Because in computer we say, or when you make a remote control, we always say it has to be user friendly. So we tell our villager, you don't have to understand physics, you only have to know Jantar Mantar, which everyone knows. You turn the dish till the light, you see this shadow of this pole is falling here. So you turn the dish till this shadow merges with this here. You saw that?
Yes.
Huh? This shadow is, that means the sun is not facing the sun. You keep on turning till the shadow is now falling on this. So now that means here this is facing the sun. Now sun is not only in one position, but it also has a height. So we need to change this dish. You change it and you say you turn it till the light hole. The shadow of this will fall onto this here. So you can see this merged here. And because of that, all the light is falling here. So you don't have to look into focus, you don't have to understand physics. That's how the Jantar Mantar principle works. You know the clock, shadow clock. Yes. It also works on the same principle. Yes. Now when you want to put your dish into the cooking vessel, if you put here, if the temperature is very high, you will burn yourself. So what you do is you turn the dish into the sun You put your cooking vessel here, do whatever you want to do, and then turn the dish to the sun, focus it to the sun, and the firing, solar firing starts. The temperature can go as high as 250 to 300 degrees centigrade. Now you can boil, you can bake, you can put pressure cooking vessels, you can fry everything and all. And then when you are not using it, you can turn it upside down. Now what I am doing is I am also tracking. That means as the sun moves, I will also have to keep on changing the dish according to the sun. So the sun rises in the east, it goes west via south direction. So I am tracking, but this is manual tracking. So it's okay if you want a small dish, but if you have multiple dishes, then you have to have automatic tracking because no one wants to go out in the sun and all. So do all that. So we'll go and see a system where you can do that. The reason why this technology also did not become very popular was that the people who want this technology are the poor people. And such a dish will cost you about 7,000 rupees plus taxes. So that is nearly half the income of their year. So they say, why should I use a solar cooker? It's too expensive. And the people like us who can afford something like this, we will not use it because we have to go out in the sun. We are already sweating. 10 minutes in sun, we don't know what to do about it. So a middle class woman told me that if you really want to help us, why don't you bring a technology the sun comes in the kitchen? I don't want to go outside in the sun. Bring the sun in the kitchen. So that's what we need. So as an entrepreneur, as an engineer, we not only have a technical solution, but also solutions which will be accepted by the people. We have to fulfill people's needs. So now we go to the school that will see that type of technology.